All right, we got a new update on the Tay K case, and sadly, it is not looking good for the boy. It seems like they're locking up everybody nowadays. First, it was Bobby Shmurda. They took him as a political prisoner. Free Bobby. Tay K, they got. Kevin Gates, they got. They just freed him. They got NBA Youngboy a few times. They got Kodak a few times. They got Meek Mill on some trumped up charges. You know, when does it end? But with Tay K, he was doing time for some capital murder charges, some robbery charges, basically exactly what happened. And, obviously we haven't really heard a lot from Tay K himself, but the Deputy United States Marshal in Dallas, which is where this happened, said that Tay K, was involved in this house. He was involved in a house, like a break-in, and then he was on house arrest for it. And when he broke away from house arrest and went on the run, that's when he recorded the race. And it was just before a court hearing where the judge was to decide whether or not he would be tried for a murder related to a break-in and whether or not he'd be tried as an adult. And then Tay K's lawyer confirmed that Tay K had been charged for this, along with 6 others, and this was in connection with the home invasion. Now remember this because this is important. And that home invasion left a 21-year-old man dead in July 2016, and Tay K was only 16 years old, so that's why they had to decide whether or not he was going to be charged as an adult, because usually you're not charged as an adult until you're 18, but obviously there are exceptions depending on the severity of the crime. And Tay K had been released from custody pending the hearing and was wearing an ankle monitor, and you can see, that all kind of plays out in the race video, and that's what got him his notoriety and his fame, because he was talking about, I'm on the run, I'm doing the race. And he tweeted out, "They're gonna have to catch me," and he got marked as a violent fugitive. And then he was also, people were saying that he was involved in this fight in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. You can, if you search up Tay K on our channel, we've covered all this. And that he also beat up some old guy in Texas. And in Texas, the laws are really strict, especially concerning assault, kidnapping, robbery, basically any felony. And they also still have the death penalty, which is another thing we're waiting to find out whether or not he will be facing the death penalty. But what's not looking good for him is that this girl that was involved in that robbery, because it said 6 people were involved in the robbery. One of the girls that was involved in it is Megan Holt, is her name, and she's now 21 years old, and she's going to testify against the other co-defendants and Tay K, including Tay K. So she's going to testify against the other 5 people, like I said, which includes Tay K, in exchange for the state waiving the capital murder charge against her. So basically, she's testifying for a lesser sentence, but even though they're waiving the capital murder charge, she's still just going to plead guilty to aggravated robbery and still receive 20 years in prison. So really, the only thing she's avoiding is a sentence, because if the capital murder charge did stick, it would basically be a choice for her between life in prison or the death penalty. Not a choice, but that's, those are the 2 options, basically. And that's exactly what Tay K is facing now. And people were saying he got the same lawyer as Kodak Black, and Kodak Black's lawyer has gotten him out of so many sticky situations. It seems like he's getting him out of one now, because Kodak had 3 of the charges against him. The most recent charges dropped. So it looked like maybe there was a chance for Tay K, but now with somebody that was involved in the actual crime testifying that he was there, it's really not looking good for him. And this can really expedite the process to have him sentenced, which we're still waiting for, because she was arrested in early 2016. So about a month after the robbery occurred, she was arrested, and she was only 19 years old at the time. And she was held on $700,000 bail, but she was booked on charges of capital murder by terroristic threat, attempted capital murder, and aggravated robbery. And so now she's, trying to reduce those charges. So like I said, we've seen a lot of rappers getting out of crazy legal situations lately. It seems like the only one who hasn't been able to is Bobby Shmurda. I mean, even NBA Youngboy was able to talk down a murder charge. Kodak has been in and out, like I said, and his lawyer, it seems like, is a magician that we haven't the type of which we haven't seen since Johnny Cochran, because Kodak has had so much legal trouble, and it really seems like he's been able to get out of it a lot of times. So we'll see where this ends up, but it's, like I said, it's really not looking good for Tay K. And if her testimony sticks, then it could be really bad news for him. So we will keep you updated on this. This is Global Savage News, signing off.